Apologies for the technical issues, but hopefully everybody on Instagram will be there now. And the cameras are sorted out. Johan is ready to strike an arc with the Ignis 180 XT. He's got some mild steel here with 332nd rod. We have rock mount. AAA tartan is the rod that we're using, which is a fantastic rod if you're doing maintenance. Repairs. It's a very rugged rod. It'll blow through rust and paint and whatever else you got to do. It's an excellent rod there. Johan, take her over.
Okay. Yeah, the machine settings we did before already. So just strike an arc right now. I don't know if you can see the tracking arc. Then, so
Dave's gonna get a mic.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to grab my welding helmet. New here.
Yeah, I don't know if you see the tracking arc. Yeah, I have it on for 2 seconds, and this is basically to touch with the electrode the workpiece, and then you find your spot where to start. Okay. Yeah, and
Very nice.
this tracking arc was basically yeah. This tracking arc was made because I stopped right now here. So with the tracking arc, I can ignite on the side. We just have a couple 8 amps or 9 amps to find my position again and can start again where the end grader was, where I stopped. Yeah.
Cool. And how's that? When's that kind of a useful situation to be using? Just to recap for folks that might be joining us. The tracking arc. Why would somebody want that?
Yeah, tracking arc was especially made for helmets. They are not auto darkening. So because you close your helmet with the stick on the stinger, you don't see really your starting position. So you can start a little bit outside, and it's a very small arc with 8 amps. And then you have 2 seconds time to go to your starting position to hit exactly the end grader where you stopped welding.
Okay.
Beautiful. And the nice thing is you don't even have to clean in front the stick. It works to the slack as well.
Excellent. Here we go again. Look at that. That's neat. Yeah, just like that.
And you see, it's a perfect restart. It's a perfect restart. Here was the end grader. I was starting on the side, starting position, and started here again. Yeah.
Beautiful welds.
You can just start it here to see it fast how it works. I don't give the rod just by touching it a little bit. It's
Man, that's cool.
so this it's almost like a high frequency ignition, so there is no sticking. And
Do you want to show how speaking of sticking, do you want to show how that anti-stick works?
okay.
Yeah.
As soon as you stick, the machine detects after 1.2 seconds there was a continuous short circuit, And you see in switches of the power, you see there is nothing red. You just take off the rod and without damaging the stick as well.
Your time for whoever's welding.
It's an amazing feature, and it works at the start and during welding as well. If it sticks during welding, then
That's great.
okay. So and we also weld with 3 hertz of bolts, not with a straight stick arc. And so I'm gonna leave the same ampage, and I'm gonna do a vertical up as well with the same power.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Can you have it facing the camera a little bit? Is it possible?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave the same power and just go vertical up. So the pulse, like Dave mentioned, is for vertical up welding. So it's no need to make any movements like with a straight stick arc. So we just need to go straight up, and the machine should do the magic.
So this is 1/4-inch steel, right? And you're at 115 amps, and you're pulsing at 3 hertz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the benefits from pulsing as well, you can weld dinner gauge material. So we have here 1/4, but it works great on dinner gauge as well.
All right.
Okay, let's.
And while Johan is cleaning up the weld there, we'd like to welcome everybody back to the show. I think we got it all sorted out now, so thanks for sticking with us. Hello to the Onyx Grove Company. Thanks very much for joining us. Hopefully we got the camera sorted out there. You can see Johan and Dave properly. And Crullers for Life. How's things in Manitoba, Crullers for Life? We appreciate you guys hanging out with us as well. Who else have we got in the chat? Yeah, Banditos. I hope we're on the big screen in Lethbridge and Tabor and Cranbrook. Wave to everybody, Johan.
Hey guys at Banditos.
Right on. Excellent.
Shout out to Onyx Grove Company. You know, wonderful TIG art.
Right.
Does some amazing stuff. Hopefully one day with a FRONIUS.
That's right. That's right. How's that weld look? Can you show it up to the
Yeah.
camera again?
Yeah, I went a little bit too fast with this one, but I had the same parameters like for horizontal,
Okay.
and just you have to go straight up, and you get basically
Yeah.
a decent weld.
So that pulse that the Ignis has, that just freezes up the puddle a little bit better, enables the stops the drooping, and you can just go.
Yeah.
Pretty-
It gives you a very
pretty nice.
stable arc because you heat up and then you let the puddle solidify, So
Yeah.
and this gives you very good control of the arc, and that's why if you use a normal stick arc, when you start, everything is cold. You have a big convex weld, and on the end everything flattened out. But with the pulse, you have a more continuous weld, so it's continuous from start to the end.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So that was the Ignis. Anything else we should point out for folks on this machine? I think you guys have done a pretty good overview of it.
I think that's about it.
I think that's
Yeah.
about it.
All
Pretty
that
simple
I-
machine. Now, as far as configurations go, there's 2 different sets that you guys sell.
So the set that we have here that we're using, as I mentioned, it's the stick only set. So that'll come with your ground clamp, your electrode holder, and then the power source, obviously, and a few different cables, power mains cables for 110, 230, and then I believe a blank with pigtails. And then that's how it ships. You can buy a case for it. similar to the what was the AccuPocket case, really durable, or we've seen people throw them in a pack out, for example,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
just, or you can throw it in a backpack if you want.
Totally could. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Small enough, light enough,
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Yes, thanks, Onyx Grove Company. It will the next year they will be available as well. So that should be your next TIG welder. And the stick is different. The sound of it is a little bit different as well when you get onto it there. So thanks for joining us today. Excellent. All right. So Johan's going to make the adjustment now. He's going to switch it up from the Ignis, and we're going to get into the Fortis system, the all-new Fortis. So Johan, if you want to make the adjustments on the machines and getting the switch over, Dave and I are going to concentrate now on talking about the Fortis. Give it a little bit of an introduction. So how long has the Fortis been out, Dave?
So the Fortis was officially launched in North America at FabTech in the US, which would have been in September, I believe. And we launched it in Canada not too long after that, and they've been selling very well. People are very impressed with the Fortis. So currently, we've got a few different variants available in Canada. The 270 XT is what we have here today. In Canada, they come multi-process ready. So it's a MIG welder that can also do stick 7018 and 6010, as well as DC TIG. So the variants available are 270, 320, 400, and 500. You can get them as a compact. So that means your wire feeders on the inside. You can get it as a split unit with the 400 and 500, meaning your wire feeder is external.
Just like the one behind you there.
Just like the one behind me. Or you can get a duo. So you'd have, this one's a duo. So you've got an internal wire feeder and an external wire feeder. This is a 400 amp version with 2 MIG torches and water cooled.
Nice.
So the 270 only comes gas cooled. If you want a water cooled system, you go up to the 320.
Perfect. Now, some of the biggest differences between the predecessor to the Fortis, the TransSteel. So there's been some huge improvements from what the TransSteel used to be to now.
Yeah, so there's some I'm trying to figure out where to get
in the camera.
Is this good?
You're good.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're good.
Yeah, so there's some big differences. The biggest or what I appreciate the most about this, obviously it's visually very nice, but what I truly appreciate most is every variant, 270, 320, 400, 500 can run on single phase and 3-phase power, 200 to 600 volt. So for example, today, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're running off of single phase 230.
With a 30 amp breaker.
With a 30 amp breaker. And we could run the 400 if we want to, or the 270. So great universal power connect.
Perfect.
LED digital display. So that's a huge upgrade from the TransSteel, which was just a digital display. But and then obviously you've got the duo feeder with a compact. So instead of having 2 external wire feeders, you have 1 external, 1 internal. This reduces the price or keeps it very manageable.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, the tech that FRONIUS has built into this new system is awesome. It was a long time coming, but they finally got it to the finish line, and it's a fantastic machine. Now, as far as the machine that you see today, how future-proof is the Fortis?
So it's 100% future-proof because there is Ethernet connections, Wi-Fi capability. There's also NFC connectivity, but through the Ethernet port or the Wi-Fi port, you can do updates, right, remotely. So it could be from your laptop or you remotely over Wi-Fi over the network, or connect directly with an Ethernet cord. And FRONIUS releases updates on a regular basis. So this could be new process lines, new features, new technology, or perhaps it's a new product. Perhaps there's a bug that's found. We can correct the bug with a new firmware release, and so this makes it very, very future proof.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks, Dave. All right, Johan, are you just about ready?
Yep.
All right. We're going to switch cameras now to Johan, and he's going to give us a bit of an overview of the hardware itself. Dave can help too. What's the inside of the machine look like? Maybe we'll start. You can see the inside. It is a slick. It is a slick system on the inside.
How's that?
Good.
Can you see everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So, nice little holder for the whelpers. So on the inside of the machine here, you've got a nice little compartment for your consumables, your contact tips, case with extra feeder rolls. So these are 035 feeder rolls. Right now we've got 4043 aluminum on the inside. This is, let me just pull this faceplate off. So this is a 4-wheel drive system. All of the Fortis line are 4-wheel drive. So you've got 4 drive rolls. Here's your tensioner. So right now we've got it set to about 1.5 for the soft aluminum wire. Everything is color coded. So in here right now we've got red. So red denotes 045, blue is 035. Same with your clamping piece. In here, I don't know if you can see that. But it helps keep everything together. This is all toolless as well. So you're to connect and disconnect the torch, it's toolless just with this lever here. As I mentioned, you've got a nice little compartment for your pliers. And this is great because it's attached, so you'll never lose it. But you'll notice here, there's a little guide piece and there's very little exposed wire on the inside. So this makes it really great for running soft wires because there's not a lot of room for that wire to get out and bird's nest, if you will.
Excellent.
So that's it's a really nice feature.
That is nice. Now, any concerns with the lid, the flip open lid?
I have no concerns. It hasn't hit me in the head yet, so that's always a good sign, right? I've had enough concussions in my life. I don't need this being one of them.
Yeah, no, I get you.
No, it's a nice lever.
It's a stiff hinge too, like it clicks into place. So
yeah, I don't know if you can hear that clicking. I mean,
ooh, and you saw the light come on there too.
Yeah, so something that we didn't mention, but there's a light on the inside. So as soon as Johan touched that torch, it senses it and turns on the light internally.
You don't even have to open up the door to see how much wire is on the spool.
Exactly. And there's a nice little window here. So you can see, but yeah, you can see how much wire. But this is a great point because on the compacts, obviously the wire is shielded from the elements. But even with our split units or duo units, the wire is completely safeguarded and enclosed. So you keep weld spatter, dust, moisture, contaminants, everything stays off of it. So you're always using a clean wire.
Beautiful. Yeah, they really thought of everything with this machine, honestly. Fantastic.
And if there's something they missed, it'll be loaded with software.
That's right. The next one, it'll be up there.
Or you can bolt it on.
That's right. Okay. Johan, do you want to kind of walk us through a little bit of the interface?
Yeah. Do you want to do that or you want me to?
It's okay. Here the interface, if you see it, it basically it's a screen. It's not a touch screen, but it's divided in 3 sections, and you have outside buttons. For example, here you can check if you have the gas, to check the gas flow. It gives you 30 seconds time to go back and then can you check out your gas flow. Yeah. Yeah. This would be for feeding the wire. You don't need to use the trigger of the torch. You also have a menu button. There we go in there anyways. This machine you can run like an older machine in manual mode. So you can run it. So in manual mode, you have to adjust your wire feed speed and your voltage separate. And you have your arc force here, the full range between 0 and 10.
Perfect. So you can make this as manual or as automatic as you want, is really as far as the settings go.
Yeah. And at low inductance, it gives you higher penetration. High inductance gives you then more weighting out of the ball.
The graphics are really nice on the front of this machine.
Yeah. This is nice right now. You see definitely when you go negative, how deep it burns in. And if you go positive, it's more weighting out. And take off the current peaks of the power, of the weighting power.
What's this, just a side point, Johan, what's the significance of that green bar that's running under there?
This green bar means the machine is ready to operate. So there is no.
Okay.
So it's a status LED. So it'll be the status of the machine. So green is good. It's ready to go. Perhaps there's a welding error. You're drawing too much current. You're over something like that. It might go red before shutting down. Blue is while you're operating, and then there's a yellow for caution.
So if you do have that 50-meter hose pack or something on there, you can see from afar exactly what's up with the machine.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like Night Rider.
Yeah,
It'll talk to you.
Kit.
Yes. Michael.
You've exceeded the limits.
Yeah. Just what's it. Or we can run it with, we say, in synergic mode. And synergic mode means FRONIUS R&D did the work already. They put a certain wire feed speed, adjusted the voltage and the arc force. And we just have the comfort like this with one knob operation. You adjust the thickness of the plate here, and voltage goes with it. But for this comfort, we need to tell the machine which wire we have, which wire and which gas, which you do here. So right now we have 40-43 wire. So just change it here to go to 53-56. Over 5. You want to have over 5. Not have a push-pull dodge. Just do aluminum welding with a push dodge. So you should still 5 wire, especially with 40-43. It's a very soft one.
We're not using a spool gun or a push-pull torch here. We're just using the same torch that you can weld with mild steel a little bit.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Gas is 100% argon, and then we could define which process we want to use. It's a universal line, or it's a pulse control spray. Yes. Yeah. On the right-hand side, there's the pulse or standard.
What is standard?
Standard is just a short arc, global arc. For aluminum, if you weld thicker than a ½ inch, then it's recommended to use a sprayer because pulse gets a little bit weak to penetrate. But usually we don't use a standard arc for 1/8 or.
Perfect.
So we're going to use a pulse right now.
Okay.
And this two-step mode means if I trigger it, it welds. If I let the trigger go, it stops. So we also could use a 4-step mode, like FRONIUS says, it's a trigger lock. So you trigger it, you weld for longer welds, and then stop again. A special 2-step is hot start and cradle fill. And the special 4-step would be a hot start and a cradle fill. You do it with the trigger. As soon as you trigger the hot start, you let it go. It goes down to the current, and you trigger it again. It goes down to the end As long as you've triggered, you have to enter the field, and then it stops.
Okay.
Also can do the spot welding, which is very handy if you want to have very small tags. And we can adjust it to 0.3 seconds or 0.4 seconds. And, it's if you want to not grind off your tags, you just want to weld over it.
Excellent. Right on. So you got some 4043 wire set up for 1/8. Yeah.
It's 1/8.
All right.
So on here as well, so you notice there's 3 knobs. You can think of them as columns. Each knob controls a column here. So as Johan mentioned, this is the synergic mode, meaning everything runs in parallel. So if I increase my material thickness, notice my inch per meg goes up and my change. Now, Johan, can you show me how to keep my wire feed speed and, let's say, decrease my voltage?
Correction. Yeah, because we're in synergic mode, if you move the wire feed speed or the parameters go according to the synergic line. So to go out of synergic, the first and I think the most important correction parameter is the arc length control, which is basically just percentage of voltage. So we can move the voltage up and down, independently. And you see it here. We have it's a graphic as well. So if you go negative, the arc gets smaller. It's the same as the old machine. You keep the wire feed speed, take off the voltage, so the arc gets smaller. The voltage is responsible for the value in welding. So as soon as I go positive, the arc gets wider, and you're in danger to get undercut because you have a voltage melting the base material, but not sufficient wire to fill it up.
That's very cool. The graphics definitely help. We're going to be welding. Well, what do we got? 1/4 inch. That's 1/8. 1/8 aluminum, 4043 with the standard push torch on single phase 230 volt power.
Not just any push torch though. It's a FRONIUS.
It's a FRONIUS push torch.
So
yes.
I'm not sure where the camera is, but you'll notice here it's got a nice little LED flashlight. So if you're in a dark spot, perhaps working underneath something, or want to inspect your weld at the end, you can just by the flashlight. And then you see the screen there, Greg? Okay. Okay, so am I in the?
Just about.
You'll notice. Oh, technology. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, so on the front of the torch here, we've got 2 buttons. So one is a plus and one is a negative. So I can change the welding parameters from the torch. So I can increase or decrease my parameters right from the torch itself. So Johan doesn't have to go back and forth to the machine. He can simply do it from the torch.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Johan. Are
Set
you?
up the machine completely?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you have a shot. Everything works out perfect. You have here 4 presets, like people say. You can store shots here. As soon as your setting is okay, you just shot. You also could, with a little bit of extra money, you get up to 1,000 shots to store, which I did here already. I said I adjusted everything from 1/8 material. You just have to do that. And I say 4043 045 billet horizontal. And then you just load it in. Beautiful. Load chopping. And this chop is here. And it says it here on the display 4043 045 fillet horizontal. So you don't have to do the work to start the synergic line from the scratch all the time. As soon as you have the parameters, you just store it and reuse it over and over again. Right now, it's just a straight pulsed arc. So usually you have some kind of motion. I weld with this first, and then we do it with synchro boards. And explain.
Excellent. Sounds good. Let's fire it up.
Yeah.
Yes, the Onyx Grove Company. The interface is awesome. The change it work like that. It's wicked good, for sure. Thanks again for coming and joining us today. All right, here we go. 4043, 1/8 aluminum.
The job. It was already the synchro boards on.
All right. Well,
So I did not have to leave.
no problem.
So I overrode this thing, and then it was
All right.
okay. Like it is with the synchro boards, we simulate basically stick welding. Why is stick welding so good? You heat up with the torch, you cool down with the wire. With this one, we go with the wire feed speed up and down in a certain frequency. And then we get a ripple appearance as well. And it makes, you can, if you do aluminum welding, you can go faster, you put less heat input into the workpiece. And it's definitely helps because this is 1/8 material and you can weld without problems. It works off position too as well. So you go up or overhead, it works the same.
Okay.
I had on this job already a starting current in as well. And grader fill as well. So I forgot it. I'm interested. I override it. But you see here, you can see the ripples.
Switch the camera again a little closer. Let's see here. This one. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can show it right up there.
You see it?
Yep.
Yeah. See?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Single phase push.
Yeah.
4043.
Single phase push.
That is
See?
yeah. Again, if you're watching us on Instagram, you can type in FRONIUS in the chat, and you will get a link in your DM for the full shoppable video, as well as a link to the after show. So you can watch the whole thing. Watch us fumble around with our video cameras.
So I started a different job for vertical up. I just go to my easy jobs. It's 4043, 045, fillet, vertical, synchro bolts, 1.5 hertz. So I load this job in.
Yeah.
So when my bolts,
Yeah, Onyx Grove, it's a wicked machine. I'm glad we're able to bring this to you today to have a look at it. If you haven't been in front of us live yet, it's a nice way to see it, get a preview of it. Okay, excellent. So we're going to do some mild steel next, or are you going to do
vertical up.
You're going to do a vertical up? Okay, let's do a vertical up. And your settings on the machine again are 4043.
4043, I just load the job in what I stored there.
Okay.
So, and I hope, right now it's the right job already.
Oh, yeah, you got this. You got this.
Here, it's a slower pulse. So this is 1.5 hertz. 1 hertz, one up and one down per second. So the higher we put the number, the faster is the pulsing. You can go with this machine up to 5 hertz.
Okay.
Before it was with 3 hertz, I think so, and right now it's with 1.5.
All right.
Yeah.
You notice Johan wasn't weaving at all. He was just keeping the beat with the pulse.
Yeah. You can go straight, but I like to go with the boot. So
Makes a nice ripple.
yeah, makes it like that.
It provides a cadence to kind of move.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong if you do it. And if you want to drive, the ripples are definitely rougher, like before with 3 hertz on the horizontal.
Hey, can you hold up that camera right there a little bit more?
This one? You see?
Back it up a little that way. No, that the other camera. There you go. It zooms in there a little bit. Sometimes. That's okay.
Something?
You can imagine a nice, beautiful. That's what it looks like. Nice, beautiful ripple there. Right on. Right on. Here's the difference now. I scroll. Yeah. It's like a bus, or as Tyler Ray calls it, the European ambulance time with synchro pulse. That's what he calls it. Right on. All right. Anything else on the aluminum that you want to try?
We did not do it without the synchro pulse, so you can run without the synchro pulse as well. If you should do it very fast without the synchro pulse.
Sure. Let's see the difference, and we'll set the camera so you can see the before without.
Yeah. And I think so. I have stored some job. This should be without.
And if you are watching us on Instagram, type in FRONIUS, and you will get a DM with a link to the full shoppable video. And you'll see that the different products that we're using are in the carousel there. We're using the Executive 4043 wire for the aluminum. We've got also some 7018 rods that we were using from Executive, and then also some mild steel wire 035 that we're going to be using in a minute. I'm going to find people at Executive wire. All right. Johan's getting set up here. We're going to do aluminum welding without synchro pulse, so you can see the difference. We'll show you in the camera when we're done here exactly what the before and after looks like on that. Take it away, Johan.
Just go in my rig up. Yep. So for a fillet joint, it's 180, it should be 125, but it's a fillet joint that needs a little bit more heat, so I go a little bit more.
Okay, so you're making that fine tuning there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. But it don't have any.
No pulse on there. Microphone went flying. Just a second. We're going to retrieve that microphone so we can hear. We can hear Johan. No worries. And I'm going to pull up that camera. You can see that.
Do you have to? Yes.
They're in the machine.
Oh. I think so. Then you see the difference in the camera. This was, yeah, it was definitely too hot right now. This one. Hot, you know.
Yeah.
So this was the welding up. You see this?
Just hold it there steady. Perfect. So that was vertical up.
Yeah. You see the ripples there a little bit rougher because we had 1.5 hertz synchro pulse.
Okay.
No N grader fill.
Yeah. That was with or without synchro pulse?
This was with synchro pulse. Yeah.
With synchro.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And this was just right now flat. It was a little bit machine. And you see the ripples, so it was too much heat. The material was not completely clean, and
poor assistance, right? Yeah.
Well, I had a little bit of problems with fighting with the hack because I think so.
Sure. But that's real world problems, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to find good help these days, right? You know?
Perfect. All right. So you're going to get set up now for mild steel?
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to change the wire? Okay. While Johan is doing that, we're going to switch cameras and we're going to focus back on Dave for a minute.
Ooh.
Because Dave, FRONIUS has something very special that's come out or will be coming out in Canada very, very shortly.
Yes. So we will be launching in Canada. Today we showed you Ignis 180 XT, which is a corded stick or stick and TIG welder. And beginning in mid-January, maybe late January, early February, we'll be launching Ignis battery. So a lot of people are familiar with the AccuPocket. So AccuPocket is a stick or stick and TIG battery powered welder that's been available from FRONIUS since about 2014. So it's the OG
That's right.
of battery
The
welders.
best-selling battery welder in the world.
Absolutely. So we've been doing that for, well, geez, almost 12 years. So I think it's on its third or fourth iteration of AccuPocket. So it's being rebranded to Ignis.
Okay.
So the Ignis battery will be coming out, as I mentioned, early 2026.
Okay.
The best thing about it is it's almost double the battery life of the AccuPocket. So the AccuPocket, you could do up to 21 332 electrodes, and we're going to get close to double that with the new Ignis battery. So I believe off the top of my head, it's 750 amp hour. So quite a bit more juice.
Yeah, because it was 400 before.
It was 400 before, yeah.
Yeah.
So not quite double, but pretty
Darn close.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Around the same price, and it will also be able to do stick pulse. So that is a new feature that has come out with the Ignis B. Banditos will have it on their shelves in January, so
Exactly.
you'll
And
be able to get it to them.
Yeah, and it's in the carousel right now. So if you're watching us in the shoppable video, on the right-hand side, you can pre-order with Banditos right now. The Ignis battery stick and TIG with case. So you can kind of see a little picture of it there. If you click on that in the carousel, you'll be able to get a closer up picture of that. Just over $7,100 gets you the full set. That's the full meal deal with the Ignis stick and DC TIG with the case. There's also a stick-only option as well. I think that one comes in at around 55, 56. Is that right?
59 maybe
59,
off the top of my
okay.
head. Yeah, still very early days
Sure.
for the release of this, but somewhere in and around.
Yeah. Okay.
So very reasonable. So yeah, it's
Excellent.
the cordless version, depending on if you want stick with case, TIG with case.
Right. Yeah. No, exactly. And the size of it is not changing. It's the same size as the old one.
No, it's about 20 pounds roughly. You add in the charger or the inverter, adds an extra 4 or 5 pounds. So I mean, total weight, charger, power source, electrical holder, ground cable, you're 20, 25, just over 25 pounds.
Yeah.
Very,
exactly.
very reasonable.
Good. And yeah, when we had the Ignis up there before, it's the same piece
Same case.
as the Ignis.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, same size, same footprint. You can literally throw it into a backpack.
Yeah.
Climb up a ladder, burn a few rods, come back down, or maybe a Zoom boom or wherever. No more running long leads, spending
Exactly.
hours running leads,
yeah.
dealing with pop fuses,
That's right.
right? So
Yeah, and that's actually another good point for the Ignis that we talked about before too. The fact of not having to worry about breakers and having to go flip them or have a guy standing at the breaker box.
yeah, we didn't need anybody at the breaker box.
No,
today,
exactly.
We're saving money, right? Production
and
costs.
faster and much faster as well. You bet.
So yeah, we're really excited about Ignis B. It's been in the works for a while, and like I said, it's maybe the fourth iteration of the AccuPocket. It's not a new concept for us. We've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
over a
for
decade.
sure. So Onyx Grove, yes. So the weight difference is pretty negligible. I think like Dave said, it's around 20, 22 pounds.
Yep.
And the old AccuPocket, the new Ignis battery, comes in at about the same size. So the battery technology that's built into these has come a long way since the first generation of the AccuPocket. I mean, it's 12 years, right? So everything's getting smaller, getting more compact, but we're just getting longer life out of the batteries now. So that's a nice feature. And yeah, twice the life. Fantastic.
And stick pulse.
And stick pulse.
Yeah,
That's right.
so-
So yeah, you're getting more power.
The feature you didn't know existed that you never knew you needed.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. I mean, really FRONIUS brought out battery welding. They brought it out when it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Going back over 10 years ago now.
Yeah,
Right? And now you see the market is flooded with battery products, including battery welders. But with FRONIUS, you're getting a proven product that's going to perform to the specs that they say they're going to.
Yeah, durable product, lives up to the expectations, and just like the Ignis, comes with a 3-year warranty. So you get a 3-year warranty on those batteries. Bumper to bumper, all you have to do is a simple registration online.
Yeah.
And FRONIUS even offers an extension. So if you want to go 3 years isn't long enough, you want to extend that to 5 years, you can do that. There's a little price associated with that, obviously, but it's nice to have that peace of mind for 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
And really,
excellent.
you can do that with any of our equipment. So you can extend the warranty from 3 to 5 years for small fee, but peace of mind for an extra 2 years.
Right on. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Everybody likes warranty. They sleep
course.
better at night.
Yeah, of course.
For sure. How's things coming over there, Johan?
Yeah.
Yeah. No rush. Take your time. It's okay. Sure. What we're going to show now, we're going to pan over to Johan, and because we were welding with aluminum before, and he's making the change over to a mild steel system now. So we're going to show how the changeover works, because he's going to change the liner, clamping device in the back that controls your gas, make sure you don't leak any gas out of the back end of the torch, and your consumers. Go take it over, Johan.
Okay. Yeah, to see how easy it is to change the liner in FRONIUS, everything should be toolless. Take out the liner. Silver clamping piece is for aluminum. For steel, we have one. Okay, so if it's close, there are 2 marks to shoot the line. You just turn it, and you can take it. For aluminum, we also run a steel liner. This is a coated liner. This gives
Hold it out.
this for distributing. So this clamping piece is screwed on the liner. You get in hold here. You have to screw it into the see. As soon as the liner is here and it's screwed on completely. Yeah.
What kind of liner is this?
This is a coated steel liner. So we have different liners. We can run aluminum, but we have a liner as well with a plus end piece. But I think so. This is for trans steels and for this is the way to go.
So you recommend the universal liner for Fortis and trans steel, aluminum, steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you with the other liner, if you're not cutting the line, this little plastic screw curve up in front and it gives you feeling dollars. And with this one, if you cut this liner, it doesn't really.
And
Good tips.
you're changing liners out. Why are you changing between different liners?
The steel liner is 035.
Okay.
Aluminum was 045. We could run the 035 with the 045 as well, but as soon as you use it with steel, it wears out. So if you have liners, then for aluminum, for steel, you change it, because steel you wear it out and it's not working so good for aluminum.
Now, if you're running an 035 solid liner to an 045 liner, Is there potential for any kind of feeding issues or perhaps issues with pulse or central pulse? Is it best practice to align your wire size and your liner size?
For sure, it's the best practice, especially if you're on synchropools. You should have the right liner size in, because if you have too much slack, the synchropools does not work.
Okay. So there's really no such thing as an 035, 045 combination liner. You're just running an 035 wire through an 045 liner, but not what FRONIUS would consider
Not
best
for
practice.
FRONIUS.
Yeah, okay. Precision is key. Okay. Austrian precision.
Clean it up.
Excellent. Thanks for clearing that up, guys. That's some good tips for the audience for sure.
Another thing that is unique to FRONIUS, or at least to the best of my knowledge, is unique to FRONIUS, is along with the liner, we're going to change between an aluminum contact tip and a steel contact tip. So, not sure you mentioned that already, but
Yeah, we take it off.
yeah. So we have specific aluminum contact tips. So if you've got anybody out there welding aluminum with a FRONIUS welder, just make sure you're using that AL contact tip.
Right, and that's just basically a little bit oversized, right, to allow for the expansion.
Yeah, the bore diameter is a little bit bigger, so to allow for that expansion of the wire, because the aluminum wire will heat up, cool down, expand, contract. So
Perfect.
And there's a difference. You see it visual. There is the aluminum contact tip, the groove here. You see it from over there?
That's usually there.
It's
there's a bear outside.
You see this little groove here?
Yeah.
This is for aluminum.
Perfect.
Steel tips do not have it here.
That's an easy way to go.
Yeah, especially if you run soft 40-43 wire, so you should.
So I should say, if you're doing any kind of production aluminum, we definitely recommend, at a minimum, going to a water-cooled system, and preferably to a system with a push-pull torch, especially if you get into longer distances of torch length. That extra pull at the front will ease the heating capabilities. So definitely recommended. I mean, if you're a home user or you're just kind of going back and forth between a little bit of steel, a lot of steel, a little bit of aluminum, some stainless steel, this is perfectly okay. But again, that production aluminum welding, you want to set it up to at least a water cooled and maybe even a higher end system with push.
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know.
All available through Banditos, of course.
Yes, of course. You'll notice in the carousel there, we've got the FRONIUS 270 XT MIG package with card coming in at about $7,500. And then further down in the carousel, you'll see the other one that's in stock with FRONIUS too. It's the where is it here? Is a 500 water cooled FRONIUS. So that's the big boy and priced right on the money as well. So check that out in the cart. All right.
Yep. If you have a pipe liner, you just put the lining until it touches the contact tip, and then you cut it flash here, take it out of it, put the clamping piece on. Just toolless, you just tighten it up again, and that's it. Yeah.
Simple.
Yep.
So the FRONIUS 270 comes with a 320 amp torch. This is our S style torch. There's also an I style, which is a little bit different, but there's a lot of different variants of torches available. So the 400 amp or 500 amp systems come with a larger torch, 500 amp water cooled or gas cooled torches, but we can customize if needed. Longer lengths, different goosenecks, different control panels. Really, there's no there's not really much of a limit when it comes to bolting on or modifying or making your machine unique to you. So
100%. No, that's one thing about Fronius. They love options. So they literally give you dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of options.
all of the options.
Yes. Consumables, torches, variety of systems.
The torch is pretty lightweight, especially when you compare it to other brands on the market. So very, very well balanced. There's a nice little knuckle on the end here that makes it a little bit easier to hold, so you're not having to crank up your arm. But yeah, even for a gas cooled torch, it's nice and light. So feed the wire.
Okay, we're going to feed some wire now.
Yep. So we can define the wire feed speed.
Is there a
By
comfort zone?
setting up. Yeah. Define the wire feed speed when feeding on the wire, how fast it should go in. Usually with aluminum we go around 800, with steel we go 300, 400. And it gives you an idea from the motor force and the image, how much these motors go.
Very cool.
Yeah. You also see how deep the wire is in the torch. Yeah?
Want to talk about the comfort stop that just happened? Go ahead.
I saw the torch here. So, because these torches you should not have any automation equipment. As soon as it touches the ground, it stops feeding. So this is called comfort stop. What's the option in the machine?
Well, you're not going to have to worry about a big bird's nest or an arcing out on something. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a cool feature.
Yep. So to go for steel, I think so. I put yesterday some steel as well.
Well, why don't we run through the interface again and choose a just so we can show everyone how that's done again. Would you like me to do it, or?
Yep, you can do it.
Sure. Here, give me your microphone. So, Greg, let me know when you're ready there on the interface. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, it's 3 knobs. Each one controls a column. So on the first side, on the right side, first we want to define what are we doing? Are we welding manually? Meaning, like, I like to think of this as like old school with a paper map or MapQuest, right? So you can do manual, choose your own adventure, or do you want to use a synergic line, a pulse process, or a standard process? So for this, the solid wire, you're going to go pulse or standard to start?
Pulse, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to choose pulse to start. We're going to have it in 2-step. So now that we've defined that, we're going to go over to the left-hand side here, define our wire type. So we're using an ER70S6. Greg can say which brand it is.
Yeah, executive.
Okay.
Executive wire.
Yeah, so an executive 70S6. Next, we're going to choose our wire size. So you can see in here 023, 030, 035, 040, 045, up to 063 available. So we're going 035. And then we choose our gas type. So, Johan, what gas mixture is it? C8? C15? So this is a C15. So we're going to go 15 to 20. And then we're going to use a universal line. Also available on this machine is a retro line. We're in a trial mode, so we've got access to the old Transsteel synergic lines. So the PCS retro, universal retro, we've got a universal line and a pulse controlled spray line. I think we're just going to go with the universal line. So this is like a Swiss Army knife or an Austrian Army knife. Better yet, right? Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if we want, so from here we choose our material thickness. So I believe we're what, 1/4 inch or an 1/8 inch start? 1/8 inch. So this is in thousandths of an inch. So thousandths of an inch to give us a starting point. It gives us 254 inches a minute, 22.1 volts. And then we can fine tune, or Johan can fine tune that as he needs. You'll notice here on the interface as well, there's a one with a single wavelength. So that shows us that we're on a single phase power. So that would not be there if there was a three-phase power. Yeah. So that's the interface. Greg, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Good to me.
We can make some sparks.
Betcha. Light her
All right.
up. Okay, Johan all set up here again with his goods. And again, if you're watching us on Instagram, please type in FRONIUS in the chat, and we will DM you a link to the full video. That also makes the shoppable video. So if you see something here today, as you notice in the background, we do have some Techniweld curtains and frames that are in the carousel as well. Watson heavy metal thrasher gloves, those are new. They're a very comfortable glove that is set for a cut rating of 5. The Exacore 7018 rods, the solid wire, the 035 70RS wire, Heatwave safety glasses. Dave's been repping those for us there. They're on a special deal now as well. The Banditos fire resistant hoodie. Excellent hoodie, one of the best hoodies I've ever worn. Nice and heavy, stands up really well. Cocoa rod oven. There's even some helmets in there, and then the adjustable magnets from the good people at Strong Hand Tools as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
These are great gloves.
They are great gloves. Absolutely, they are. Very
You want the new
comfortable.
ones? Happy to share with you.
Yeah. You bet. So we got some 1/8 material, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super.
So let it trust, if somebody sets up parameters for you, so it's
Double check. That's right. Measure once, cut twice. Right?
Since I have here something stored already, I go to my jobs again. Say steel 035 fillets 1/8, and I just load this easy job in. And yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Okay, light up. Okay.
Couple of nice tacks there. Get yourself set up.
There's no super pulse on, or it's just the pull start.
Just a pull start.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since it's a little bit, it's a little bit more heat,
Okay.
because this synergic mode is set up on a butt joint, so 0, 1 to 5 would be exactly what butt joint is.
Okay. Fantastic.
Incredible buzzing sound. The entire very little And no
Beautiful.
no spatters when you're working with.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly. Exactly. We'll have, yeah. Actually, can you move that that torch handle? There you go. See it on here.
It's
Beautiful.
pretty brainless with FRONIUS, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Look how clean that is.
Welding with FRONIUS just makes life easy, right?
Yes, Marcus Maximus 941. Johan is the man. He is. Absolutely.
For this flat, we also can do node for vertical up welding. It's called interval welding.
Interval welding.
Interval.
Yes.
So,
So what's happening? Tell-
my translator.
He is, yes. Yeah. And he's happy to do it. We're all here to help.
Another 20 years, you're going to lose that accent, Johan. It's all good.
Somebody says always I talk like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, everybody to the chopper.
Nobody says that. You just say that.
Get
You
to
just say that.
the van. Come on.
You're hired. So what is interval welding?
Interval welding, we can define how much arc on and how much arc off time we have.
Right.
And is for vertical up for thinner gauge material. So in the past, with Nickers value, you always had to make some kind of movements to weld vertical up. So if you have thin gauge material, it's equal. You need some kind of movements. So with this one, with the interval welding, it just goes straight up. The machine pulls the
Excellent.
welding. Yeah.
So it makes that vertical up or down much easier.
Yeah.
So when you would normally do it, you're dwelling in the corners, you're spending more time.
Yeah.
Would it be slower?
It would be slower. You have more heat input.
Okay.
And you put extra welding, what is not necessary for thin gauge material.
Okay. What's the downside of extra heat input?
More distortion, grains develop, you know, and
Okay. Probably a waste of
Is it-
wire too.
waste of fire, waste of energy. It's not good for.
Okay.
Less heat's better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ready to go. Tack those up.
All the smoke and then the heat. Hey?
Since we have easy jobs, I just go to the easy jobs again and head on stored.
So Johan has a job saved here already.
Yeah.
The vertical up on the size of the chair. So it's easy to switch.
You see here it's a steel over 5 interval vertical up. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna load this job in and
So with the FRONIUS line, it comes standard with 4 jobs that you can save. But there's the option Opti jobs, Opti S jobs. You can add another 996 jobs. You get 1,000 jobs total with that Opti jobs package. Some people need it, some people don't. But the option is there for you should you need it.
Fantastic.
If Johan needs it with all those jobs.
so I like that.
Right on. All right, vertical up.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see. Very nice.
So does that arc distinguish completely?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we say how much arc on time you have, how much break time between.
Okay, so there's no base current when you're using interval welding.
No.
No.
See, it's very nice. There's no undercut. Nice penetration. You can define how much arc on and how much arc off. Yeah. You see?
That's nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. This was made with 0.3 seconds, 0.35 seconds alcohol, and 0.35 seconds alcohol.
Okay, perfect. Very nice. Well, thanks very much, Johan. So we kind of put it through its paces. I mean, there's so much more we can spend time on. Maybe we'll do another one of these later, another time. We'll walk through some more features. Maybe we'll do some stainless. But yeah, drop us in the chat what you guys want to see for sure. So this kind of brings us to our end of our demo period now. And what we're going to do now is move along into our question and answer period. So let me turn our camera back around here. I'm going to make some adjustments on our camera. We're talking here. Hopefully you guys can hear me still. Hear what this guys? All right. We're back. Hi guys. I know it's been a while since you saw me. Here I am. And what we're going to do now, before we get into the question and answer period with Johan and Dave, we're going to do a draw. We're going to do an Instagram draw. So if you're watching us on Instagram, we'll draw. Marissa's in the background right now. Sorry, probably have this mic out. We're going to do a draw from Instagram. If you guys are watching us here, the prize is a Banditos swag bag. So inside that swag bag, what do you get? Well, you're going to get some promo items from Banditos, t-shirts, stickers, maybe a free set of gloves. And the good people at FRONIUS are going to toss in a genuine Leatherman multi-tool, complete with a belt holster as well for us. This is a nice $150 value. And FRONIUS is going to toss that into the Banditos swag bag as well. So in the background right now, Marissa is working through the list of people that are watching us on Instagram. So we're going to wait for her to do the draw. She's collecting all the names. Trust us, this is legitimate. We're not just coming up with somebody's name that's a buddy or somebody. This is real. If you're watching us there, we're gonna send you the swag bag. Marissa will get in contact with you in a minute there. In the meantime, Dave and Johan are getting set up. They're cleaning off the desk here. And they will sit down and answer some questions. So if you guys have any questions with regards to FRONIUS at all, by all means, get ready to ask, type those into the chat. And Dave and Johan are going to be answering. I have got some questions myself for them.
The answer is Johan is married.
Yes, Johan is. He's not allowed to. Yeah, he's not allowed for sure. So he's spoken for. He's got little ones running around the house. He's busy. Dave, on the other hand, yeah, no.
Also not single.
He's also not
Shout
single.
out Leandra.
Ah, yes, Leandra.
Who is watching.
Yeah, exactly. Tyler A, if you got questions, you can ask them if you want. I've got some questions of my own as well. Let's
softballs only from Tyler.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. And we'll see how this camera view turns out. Oh, this one's not bad actually. You get to see a nice handle of that torch there. That one's not too bad. Let me just see. There's another camera that might be better for us. This will work. I think this camera angle will be work. You guys can see me. You can see the boys. Excellent. All right. Marissa is spinning the wheel right now for the draw. So let's stay tuned for that. And it is actually like a blizzard outside right now. So we're sitting on the banks of the Elbow River. It's very, very snowy outside. I don't know if David and Johan are going to be able to make it back to their homes tonight. They
I think
snowed in.
it's snowed 3 feet since we started filming.
It's coming down in buckets right now.
We're gonna have to sleep in the elbow room.
Yeah, exactly. Put some cots out here for you guys. It'll be nice. Turn the heat back on.
Keep the heater on.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be
Keep
fine.
the bears out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Perfect. All right. Marissa is working through the list of people that are watching us right now. Spinning the wheel. She's spinning the wheel.
Is it me? Did I win?
Not yet. Okay. Oh, Shack Deck. Love my Highway 230i. It is a nice machine. We're going to do a FRONIUS TK one of these days as well. We'll go through the TIG products they have because they do have a lot of TIG-specific systems. So they've got the iWave platform, single-phase and three-phase. They also have the Artis DC high-frequency systems that are pretty darn slick. So we'll get through that as well. Tyler, get Johan to weld the 1-inch aluminum gap. We could do that in another show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, absolutely, we can. For sure.
That's his go-to parlor trick.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
We could do maybe some aluminum to galvanized steel.
That would be
one
neat.
day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We need to move out of that. All right. Very cool. So while we're waiting for the draw to happen, there might be some people that are watching this that are newer to FRONIUS because they know the different colors that are commonly found in Canada: the red, the yellow, blue. These are all brands out there.
Well, this is also red,
It's
but it's
the
just the better shade of red.
It's a new red.
You know,
It's a new red. That's right. What are some common misconceptions, I guess, about FRONIUS? Let's start there that you've heard that are definitely not true.
Yeah, if we could back up a bit, because like as you said, a lot of people are perhaps new to FRONIUS.
Yes.
So give you a little history on FRONIUS. So FRONIUS is a family name. The company was started by Günther FRONIUS back in 1945. 1950 started manufacturing welding equipment, and we've been selling welding equipment worldwide since 1950. We're now on the third generation of ownership. So Günther FRONIUS sold it to his children, and then they've since sold it to the granddaughter of Günther FRONIUS. So it is still a family-run company and one of the largest manufacturers of welding equipment in the world. As far as our entry into Canada, we've been here since about 2008. Started brick and mortar in Ontario. Heavy focus on the automotive sector, and then have expanded out west. And, with manual systems, robotic systems, automation. So really the full gamut, with the exception of engine.
Okay, excellent. Well, that's good. That's a good overview there. We do have a winner, folks. We're just going to get back to the draw. We'll get back to Dave and Johan. But we do have a winner at the Tollus. That is the winner at the Tollus. So that's THE_TOELESS. You are the winner of the swag bag from Banditos. So Marissa will reach out to you directly on Instagram, and you're going to get that nice Leatherman tool with the laser etching from FRONIUS on there, as well as all the Banditos goodies. So thanks very much for watching us on there. Okay.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Congrats.
Absolutely.
It's a nice swag bag.
It is a nice
I'm
swag
jealous.
bag. It absolutely is. What are some most common questions you're asked about FRONIUS?
Most common question is where is it made? Right.
Okay,
So, or at least that's the most common question I get. Where is it made? So everything, or the majority of everything is manufactured in Austria. I think like 95% in Austria, and then there's a little bit that's manufactured just across the border in Czechia. So manufactured in Austria, our warehouse, distribution center, technical center, training center is in Mississauga, Ontario, not too far from Pearson Airport. So it's very easy for us to get parts here in Alberta.
Right.
It's quickly service if we need to throw it on a plane, or ground transport is 3 to 5 business days, which is really nice.
And we can also say that Banditos keeps a good stock of FRONIUS consumables, whatnot, that in case you do need something in a hurry as well.
And systems.
And systems. Exactly. Yes. Getting back to, and I don't think we covered this, but there are some misconceptions about being high priced, like prohibitively expensive.
Yes.
Is that true?
It can be, right? it depends. You know,
All right.
you walk into a car dealership and you ask for top of the line, fully loaded. I want all the bells and whistles.
Sure.
Sure, you're going to pay for it, right?
Yeah,
But you can also, the FRONIUS is a very reasonably priced system that's meant for general industry, right? The misconception that FRONIUS is too expensive typically originates from the CMT, or core metal transfer, which is a very specialized technology that, yes, there's a higher price point associated with it, but when you're doing kind of like fabrication, special processing, and you run out of options for what you can do, CMT, it can do so many different things and get you out of bind to really, really make your life easy.
For sure.
But not everybody needs that. It is very expensive. The FRONIUS line of welders, for example, on the MIG side, very reasonably priced. I think you guys are selling the FRONIUS 270 for $7,900.
Yep, exactly.
With current.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice system for that price. I mean, it's price right in the ballpark. Everybody else's system at that average.
Yeah, you can get welders, FRONIUS welders. The Ignis is $1,900, $1,998.
Yeah.
And then it goes up from there. So it just kind of depends what your application is, what kind of challenges you're facing, what you need to accomplish, and how fast.
Yeah. Okay. I know Onyx Grove, you said you lost sound, but it might be just you. I don't think we've lost sound. I'm still showing sound coming through. Might be just a bad connection. We are in a bit of a snowstorm here, so it is almost whiteout conditions outside right now. So that might be affecting our internet signal, our Starlink, but yeah, it's all good.
Welcome to winter in Alberta.
That's right. Exactly. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere. Just was raining the other day. Now we got a foot of snow on the ground. Okay. Another question. Consumable life. So how long can someone expect to get? I know it's a subjective question, but in comparison to other brands, what kind of consumable life can you expect to get out of FRONIUS?
So Johan and I are paid to say nice things, right? We work for FRONIUS, so we're going to say all kinds of nice things. But what our customers would tell you is that the consumable life is longer. How much longer just kind of depends on the person, the application,
and the quality of tips that you're buying too, because there's several different varieties.
Our standard tips will last typically longer, but some of that just depends on the system you're using, right? You're welding aluminum, you move to a water-cooled system. It's a torch that, it's tapered, so it deflects heat. You get less spatter, right? So you're gonna go through less nozzles. So a lot of times the consumables last longer because the system provides perfect welds.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, the consumables, you may see that they're a little bit more, but they definitely last with the better weld quality too.
Better weld quality, perfect arc, not a lot of inconsistent or unstable arc qualities. And it depends on the system that you're using, right? We have one customer who was using a different brand. They were going through welding aluminum, going through upwards of 8 contact tips in a 10-hour shift, right? So almost 1 hour. They moved to a FRONIUS and they made it 4 months before they changed their first contact tip.
Yeah,
that's a story. That's maybe on the one end of the spectrum for really long, but that's not the only time we've heard a similar story for the longevity of contact tips.
And specifically also on water-cooled systems.
Water-cooled systems. Yeah. Gas-cooled, you're not going to get as long of a life. So water-cooled is the way to go.
And there's a bit of a difference too in today's water-cooled as opposed to water-cooled system years ago. Far more reliable, less parts, more robust, lasts longer. Leaking is, virtually gone now as well. So you don't have to worry about those same issues.
A really nice feature of the water-cooled systems, the torches are actually lighter than the gas-cooled systems. So they're more ergonomic. Not only is the gooseneck cold, like you can hold the gooseneck as you're welding, or barehand it, touch it to your cheek after welding. But yeah, it's actually lighter, more ergonomic. So
Sure.
almost lost my train of thought.
No, that's good. We got a
Talk too
question.
much.
We have a question here from Tyler A. He says, power source needs repair or service. Do they have to go back to Mississauga?
They don't have to. They can. But we have repair centers across the country, typically in every major market, so that it's easy for our customers. Should the case arise that they need to get something fixed, it's easy to do so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Appreciate that. And again, congratulations to the Tolus. Marissa's going to DM after the live, and make sure that you get your swag bag from Banditos. We appreciate you watching on Instagram. Okay, Johan, I'm going to ask you a question now. What is the most common issue when it comes to welding troubleshooting? What do you see as the most common problem when somebody has a bad weld?
Yeah, I think so. 90% is for sure feeding issues from the torch,
Okay.
and basically it's not doing the right maintenance of the torch. So as long as you keep the torch in good shape, you keep the liner clean, you keep the clamping piece clean, you have the contact keep tight, it should be okay. But I think so 90% of the calls I get is for sure some kind of feeding issue or related.
So, yeah.
It comes down to preventative maintenance.
Yeah.
So take the time to blow out your liner.
Yeah.
Make sure you got the great size contact tip in there. If you're welding with aluminum, weld with aluminum contact, right?
Yeah.
All those kinds of things.
Just
Right,
the right
the right
clamping
tension,
piece, yeah.
the right clamping piece, the right tension.
Gas
all
tension
tension.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And FRONIUS makes it pretty easy. There's a gauge inside the machine too as to where you keep
A little tension guide, absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just add on to that. Unique to FRONIUS is on these machines, there's something that we call an RL line, right?
Okay.
So essentially what happens is it's a quick calibration of the secondary loop to measure the amount of resistance and inductance in the line. So you do that quick measurement, it identifies the resistance in the line, accommodates to that or adjusts to overcome that. And so what that means for the person welding, the operator, you set 20 volts on the machine, you get 20 volts on the tip of the wire.
There's no mystery there.
There's no mystery. There's no hot and cold machines around the shop. If you're using any kind of like positioners, turners, whatever, you're overcoming those increases in resistance, drops in voltage.
Right. So you could have a dozen FRONIUS machines in a shop doing exactly the same work. They could all be tuned exactly the same way, and you're going to get exactly the same mark out of everyone.
The exact same job on all systems, and they all run. So a lot of shops, they run hot, cold machines. With FRONIUS, you just run true.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's very cool. Very
Addition
cool.
is a great maintenance tool as well to see the conditions of the ground cable of your torch. Because if the ground cable is loose, I see it often, FRONIUS recommends more than 300 amps to have a screw-on torch. And I see it often they have a 400 or 500 amp torch, and they just put a spring-loaded clamp on, a clamp on the torch.
Yeah.
And
we know what you meant.
Alligators.
and the spring, and then the ground doesn't clamp so good anymore. And you would see this resistance check as well.
Yes.
You would see where the problem is. So
And it's
a good
the,
maintenance tool.
yeah, it's not. These aren't complicated things. They're simple things. We just got to go through.
It's very, very easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first troubleshooting step that we recommend, right? If somebody calls us up and they're having an issue with their weld parameters, try an RL alignment.
Yeah.
Start there.
Start there and check your consumables.
Check your consumables. Yeah. The machine shows the motor current, so maybe you haven't changed out your liner in a while. It'll show if there's resistance going through that line, right?
Yeah.
So increase motor current.
Right.
So there's a lot of mechanisms in place to not only help you fine tune to get perfect weld, but to overcome any potential, preventative maintenance.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm learning stuff here today too. I'm still learning. Tyler A, is there any sort of maintenance book included? So, I guess first of all, define what a maintenance booklet would be for a Fortis machine.
Yeah, so great question, Tyler. Thank you. We do have maintenance booklets, maintenance and spare parts booklets available. So what these are, basically a PDF document that shows your unique system, right? So, for example, a FRONIUS 270, it gives you a breakdown of each part, an image of each part number associated with it. So that could be your torch, your ground, your contact tips, the power source, the current, whatever. It gives you maybe a suggested quantity to keep on hand for how many machines you have. And then it also gives you a maintenance, suggested maintenance. So what to do on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly, quarterly, whatever. So it could be something as simple as, blow out the dust filter, right, on the back of the machine.
That's right. Yeah.
The air intake is on the back, blow out the dust filter.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. So maintenance booklet comes with it. That's a nice thing to do. Darren is asking, can you use the same liner for different metals?
In theory, you can.
In theory.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, if you're, and sorry, I maybe stepping on your toes here.
Just correct him, Johan, if he screws up.
Correct me when I'm eventually wrong, right? If you're welding with dissimilar metals, best practice is if you're going from steel to aluminum to avoid contamination, best practice to change up your liner. For sure. Anything
but we have a coated steel liner, so you can use it for all metals. You can use it for aluminum, for brass, for steel. So stainless steel, I still prefer to have a special stainless steel liner because the coated liner wears out after a time. But you can use basically the coated liner for all metals.
Okay, excellent. And that stainless steel is harder. That's why you want a more robust line.
Yeah. You do not have contamination
and contamination.
Yeah, the universal liner has a coating on the inside, so the harder stainless wire will eventually wear that out, and then eventually you will get contamination. Whereas you just go with a stainless liner, it won't lead to those issues.
Okay, good to know. That's good data. All right, we've got some good questions coming in here. Another question we could ask here. What are some of the nuances of FRONIUS that people who may be new to the brand should be aware of? Is there anything specific that might be a little bit different from other brands that people have been used perhaps for a long time? Is there something that's?
I mean, the easy answer to that is synergic motor, right?
Okay,
it's for people who are used to choosing their wire feed speed and choosing their voltage independently.
Mm-hmm.
Running maybe a synergic line, that would be a vast difference. It's like going from a Motorola from the 90s to the iPhone, right? Yeah. In what talk about an Android person, right? So I mean that would be different, but you can still weld in manual mode if you choose to do that on your machine. So you could have your retro, your old school way of doing it, or your new school way of doing it. That would be the biggest change that most people would see, I think. The best change that we see is perfect welds.
Perfect welds. That's right. Exactly. Good. Another question from Tyler A. Can I retrofit a cooler onto a gas cold system?
Depends. Yeah, it just kind of depends on the model that you purchase. So, for example, a FRONIUS 270 only comes gas cooled. Right. The systems here. This is a 400 unit. It is or 400 unit. It is water cooled. There are models available where they come gas cooled, but you can retrofit them to water cooled. And then there's other variants that only come gas cooled. It's a nuance of FRONIUS. And again, we talked about it earlier. There's so many options, so many variants that the easy answer is it depends.
It depends. That's right. So the 270, no, you can't get a water cooled 270. But on the bigger ones, 320, 400, 500, you can get them gas cooled and be able to convert them. However, you have to talk to your Banditos rep. He can configure the system properly for you. That's the caveat to that.
I would just go water cooled.
Or just go water cooled.
Go water cooled. The price difference is very
pretty
minimal.
negligible. What is it, $1,000?
Yeah, something like that. The extended life of your consumables will pay for itself very quickly.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Easier to use, better welds. Just go water cooled.
Good. All right. What's coming down the pipe for FRONIUS?
Well, we talked about Ignis B already.
Yes, right? That's right. Ignis B, new battery powered. That's a replacement for the AccuPocket. So the AccuPocket, that's a collector's item now. Well, those gone. Those are gone.
Yeah.
Ignis B, Ignis battery. That is the new one out there. So there's going to be two different Ignises. There's the Ignis stick. It's the standard 180 XT, and then there's going to be Ignis battery, Ignis B. That's the new battery powered system.
Yeah, and then Fortis was just released, so this is a pretty big release for FRONIUS.
Probably the biggest.
Probably the biggest, absolutely. And we're off to a hot start. It's incredible. Banditos can't keep them in stock.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, in southern Alberta, Banditos really paved the way with trans. They put a lot of transits out into the market.
They did a wonderful job. Shout out Dan. Shout out Tristan.
Yes,
Darren,
that's right. Exactly.
All the guys there, Randall.
Yeah, and so now everybody's kind of got used to FRONIUS. They've tried it. They believe in it now. Now is the time for the next generation to come in, and with all these features and benefits of these systems.
Yeah, well, and which is great, especially in southern Alberta where there's all kinds of different power inputs, single phase, three phase,
Yes.
230, 480, 600. This just covers it all, and nice, easy interface. Yeah, it's a phenomenal system. We're really happy with it so far.
Excellent, excellent. We've got a couple of minutes left, so we thank everybody here. Yeah, I'm just checking the chat here. If anyone completes their checkout in the next 24 hours, Banditos will throw in a swag bag. Yes, they will. Thank you, Marissa. Thanks for popping that in there. Tyler, can we see Pulse Mix if we have time? We do not have time, unfortunately. That'll have to be saved for another show. But again, this is just the first of many. I think the next show that we're going to have with these gentlemen is the Ignis battery when that is brought in stock, which is going to be next month, right, Dave?
Yeah,
February?
yeah, what month is it? December? Yeah,
Yeah,
January.
December,
Yeah.
January. I know, it's crazy how much time's gone by. But,
We could quickly describe what that mix process is.
sure, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is Pulse Mix that we're talking about specifically on the Fortis.
Yeah, so essentially what Pulse Mix is, and Johan might have to step in here for a little bit more technical aspect of it, but it's going back and forth between a short circuit and a pulse. So a great use case for this is like Johan did a vertical up with the interval welding, and there was a complete arc diffusion or arc out. So with the switch between the short circuit and pulse, you have a base current as you're doing vertical up. So you've got a high power and a low power as you're going up.
Okay.
So
It doesn't break completely up, so we switch from a pulse to a short circuit that keeps this short circuit keeps the arc contained, and so for sure it's better for the eyes. And,
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, and it works very nicely.
Right on. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen.
can I say one more thing?
Okay, make it quick.
If anyone who ever wants demos, I mean, we've got sales and technical reps across the country. We do provide free on-site demos. So if you want to see a Fortis, an iWave, the big guy, the little guy, the AccuPocket, Ignis, whatever the case may be, contact your local FRONIUS rep, and we're happy to show you the difference.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Beautiful. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Thanks, guys, for coming down. Actually, the snow looks like it's letting up, so you might be able to get home today. All right. But no, thanks very much for coming down, spending some time with us today. We appreciate that, showing us the new Fortis, the 270, and the bigger models, the Ignis 180 XT system for stick welding, which is a phenomenal, I think it's the best stick machine on the market today. That's just me. It's my opinion, but try it. And again, get a demo. See Tristan at Banditos. He'll be able to do the demos for you. If he can't, he'll call in these gentlemen, and they'll be able to do the demo and blow your minds with some of the technology that FRONIUS has. Thanks again, guys. Thanks everybody for watching and tuning in for us. If you're on Instagram, on YouTube, if you're watching us on the Banditos video site, we appreciate your time. This is going to be recorded. It's going to live on forever on the internet. So you're going to be able to watch this whenever. And again, you'll be able to shop the carousel there for all the products that you saw today. Thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of your week. And hopefully it's nicer weather than what we have here along the banks of the Elbow River. Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye.